like subjects of physics.
Yeah.
Everything relates to them. There's there's the idea that between these main branches of physics, that something links them together, but we haven't managed to figure out what that something is. Because wherever you find gravity, you find magnetism. Wherever you find sort of light or electricity, you find in the atom, which is related to magnetism and also to mass, which is another factor. Now, my theory was time is Einstein's working on this, because of all these huge major variables, that if the planet Earth was in the space-time sort of continuum. I know it sounds as though it's coming out of Star Trek, but that's actually what we call it. The space-time continuum is basically like a sheet of paper, right? A sheet of paper idea. And if something lies in that sheet of paper, then it bends and falls. So say for example, if you had the sun there, which is mass is greater than the rest of everything that's surrounding it, i.e. the solar system, its gravitational field, its mass is greater, so therefore its gravitational field is greater, hence what allows the solar system to work. Now magnetism comes into the equation somehow, but they can't figure out how. Yeah. But time comes into it as well, because one of Einstein's main theories was if, for example, time is considered as a photon of light. It's like a particle, a single particle of light, but has the look of just a wee sort of wavelength. Now, light, if you think about that, it's hitting you constantly, all the time, but it's going that fast that allows us to see each other, hence light. Now, his argument, as far as I understand anyway, his argument was time could also function like this. Our understanding of time is depending on one moment to the next moment, but it's actually finding out where that moment was before we started measuring it. Mm-hmm. Because our moment, of our understanding is from here to there. But in the grand scale of things, because we're in the universe, our moment might be less than 0.001% of that time. So, but in our concept of time, when we look at it, is that when we see a star in the sky, the light has taken several thousand light years to reach us because of time, because of the light. Now, when you think about it, this is why I'm getting on to the lead argument. I looked at my watch at 9:15 after I got dressed and came in here.
10, surely.
Sorry, 10:15. But it was 2:15 anyway. 2:15 the hour. I was in the toilet for fucking 5 minutes. I was in the toilet for 5 minutes and I managed to think up all this sort of shit. Which leads to it because it took ages for this idea just to fucking come in. Because I was sitting there thinking for ages. So, for all Einstein's bump, at the end of the day, it's your own concept of time that matters. Do you get what I
understand? Yeah.
It's your own concept of time.
It's like a
because
British
there's all this connection between all the major forces that act in the universe. But at the end of the day, it's your own concept of time. Because when you think about it, human history, I mean, the Middle Ages, nobody knows what the fuck happened. It's loads of blanks. I mean, what happened before Jesus Christ?
Is that because they're all stoned and thinking about it?
No, but it's our concept of time. I mean, how you hear about all these off the Indian coast and all these underground, these old cities that are in the middle of the ocean now. Oh, Dan Angus, you rolled it, you puff. In India, for example, there's a massive city that's underwater, and then they've compared it to all these other sort of places, like Bermuda Triangle, other sort of shit. And like it seems to like this, he was regarded as a lunatic, but he's actually what he says makes sense. Like the pyramids of Egypt and all the major monuments make out the sign of Orion, but on a major landmass. Like the ground drawings in Mexico make out for like when you join the dots, looks like other major star signals, constellations and all that sort of shit. So you don't know what's actually going on. And by the way, I just realised you told me.